Hello and welcome to Grand Park for the first day of Colts training camp. I am Joel A. Erickson. This is Nate Atkins. We are Colts beat writers for the Indy Star. We'll be out here just about every day watching practice, seeing what's going on. It's good to be back out on the football field today. Fans out here. Quick practice, fast practice. What's your number one takeaway from the day today, Nate?
The easy one to take is just to see Anthony Richardson back out there. I mean, the last time that we saw him on a field was not throwing in the spring. They decided to not have him go a second straight day after throwing a lot, and it was this weirdness where he was frustrated by that, and he was frustrated the day before by how some of those passes were going, and they framed it as fatigue. But there's reason to be a little nervous around here about shoulder injuries with quarterbacks and this quarterback. And today kind of made you feel a lot better about that, is that the way that Chris Ballard laid it out yesterday is that was just a fatigue thing. That's what Anthony Richardson said today. To see him back out there, see that joy come back, just see him kind of on the move and see how lethal those legs can be. And also you just kind of see the full picture where he struggled with some passes and individuals. I noticed that. But that's, again, he's still kind of a rookie. That's okay to see. What you want to see is, can he be out here? Is that shoulder working? Is he in good spirits? Is he confident? Is he in control? And so far, even if it's just one day of training camp, it was at least the start you were hoping for.
Nate's takeaway on Anthony Richardson. My takeaway from today, there's a lot of position battles out here that you guys are going to be talking about, that we're going to be talking about: cornerback, safety, wide receiver. One of the biggest things I noticed, they are being very, very intentional right away with getting those guys in and getting them the same amount of reps. Alec Pierce and Adonai Mitchell each got appeared with the first-team offense. The corners, the three corners, Juju Brents, Jalen Jones, and Dallas Flowers were all rotating almost on a per-play basis. That's very intentional because it's not happening at other positions where they're rotating like that. I think that's going to be something to watch. One of the best things, though, about camp is getting back out here and getting back in a football sense. And for those of you who listen to the podcast that we do, the Cover 2 podcast, you know that after the games I like to do a football thing that gave me joy. I'm going to start giving you those from training camp. My football thing that gave me joy today, Nate, I love it when a defender cannot make the tackle because of the practice rules, but the little strut that he does when he knows he could have blown up a running back. Jalen Carlisle and Ronnie Harrison were the two today that really stuck out to me. There was a little pass in the flat with Carlisle, and they just shoulders kind of get back and just kind of walk around like, just so coaches know, I could have really hurt that running back.
That's a good one. That was fun. Those guys had fun talking about holding up and doing that, especially with Anthony. They're always going to hold up because the history there. My football thing that gave me joy is just, it was interesting to see one day of training camp, and they're just like trying so many things out with the new kickoff rule. And some of the guys they're throwing out there in units are like, it's true experimental. And Kenny Moore at one point is taking one of those kicks back. And Kenny Moore is an amazing nickel corner, highest paid, maybe the best in the league. It didn't look like his most natural role, taking that kick return back. But who knows? It's day one. Maybe he'll get a ton better, and maybe by the end of this he'll be the starter there. But it was just interesting to see them throwing so much at the wall on day one.
Colts have the day off tomorrow. That's part of the CBA. They won't be practicing Friday. We'll be back on Saturday for the Indy Star. I'm Joel A. Erickson. This is Nate Atkins.
How y'all doing?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Ain't nothing.
So, first day.
Yeah.
Does it feel different than OTAs?
The energy definitely feels different. Just having all the folks out here. But it's just first day. Everybody a little rusty. So, we just ready to get into things.
How do you feel ingrained yourself within this offense? I know it's just one day, but
yeah,
having the guys around.
I just lean on the older guys. I know I'm a young guy going into this, so it's a lot of things I don't know. It's a lot of experience out there that I don't have. So it's more so just leaning on like guys like Pitt, just really all the vets. Anything I can take from them, whether I'm asking a question on blocking, whether I'm asking a question on just whatever, just taking something away.
It was like you spent a lot of time with Pittman over the breaks.
Yeah.
What was that like, and how intentional were you in using that time?
I was just sitting in Dallas. I was working out at Exos, and I just called up Pitt. I was like, man, what you doing? He was like, I'm out here in Cali. I said, I'm pulling up. And he was like, come on. And so, it was definitely great to, for him to kind of welcome me in and kind of take me under his wing, because, he's been in the league for about 6-7 years. And, this is my first year. So I'm like, whatever he doing, I need to be doing. Like, the way he worked out, the way he worked the way he ran routes out there, like just everything he was doing, I was like, okay, like this is the type of work that I want to have in the offseason.
This was before like the pre-camp, right? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
How long were you out there?
About a week. Yeah, he was just took me under his wing, just completely super grateful for that. You know, he definitely didn't have to do that at all. He could have been like, man, beat it, I'm going to go over here. But, nah, he definitely welcomed me with open arms and kind of taught me a lot of things while I was out there.
Have you been to the farm yet?
Nah, I told him I got to go. He think I'm playing, I'm going to just show up one day. I don't care. Told him.
What was it like gathering all the snacks for everybody?
I mean, it was cool. You know, I really was kind of selfish. I was in the store like, man, what would I eat? And so I just grabbed everything that I ate. Pitt actually brought in, you know, a lot more snacks to me. He kind of showed us how to do it. So, yeah. But I feel like my snaps was kind of better, low key.
When with AR out there,
Yeah.
and we were talking about his mobility earlier, his running ability.
Yeah.
How does that change things for you guys? Whether it buys you more time, or I don't know what impacts does that sort of have on the receiver?
Just grants more opportunities for everybody on the field. You got a guy who can move like that behind the center. You know, it just opens up a lot more things for the running back, receivers. Scramble drill is definitely live. And on top of that, he got a rocket for an arm. So, you know, it's not just his legs, it's his mind and his arms. So he definitely got the whole package. And it's up to us to fully support him, really.
What's the process of like when he's dual threat? What's the process of knowing, okay, I'm doing scramble drill, but now I got to block? Like how quickly do you have to kind of turn the ball?
I mean, I feel like you could kind of see it in his eyes. You know, he go from this to this. You know, I'm just like, okay, I'm not getting the ball no more. So I guess it's time to put hands on somebody for sure.
How much do you embrace just blocking? I mean, I know it's more fun to catch probably, but you're an offense where there's two guys in the backfield who can take it to the house. So
Facts. I mean, it'll be selfish of me not to do it. There's guys out there, the linemen go out there, block every play, and they block some dogs. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Donald, them type of dudes. Like the people we got on the practice field every day, they got to go against them. So if I was to not go out there and block a DB, I don't really think I'd have a place in the offense, really. Especially just because it's 11 people on the field. Everybody counting on one another to do their job. So if I'm not the dude that's doing my job, I'm probably not going to be on that field. I mean.
Have you seen how hard you worked to get to where you are here today? What was this morning like for you as you got ready for your first camp?
Oh, I jumped out of bed. Yeah, it was bright and early. I think I beat the sun. Jumped out that thing. So yeah, I'm pretty ready. You know, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be long. It's gonna be hard. But you know what I'm saying? That's what we do it for.
With blocking, like you're talking about that, like Pitt is kind of known around the league as like one of the better blocking receivers, but he's also a 1,000-yard guy every year. When you have, you know, the guy kind of leading the room, who's the most productive receiver on the team, is also doing that dirty work. Does that kind of like increase your physicality when you get out there and block?
I mean, it's different to have a guy just tell you to do something and then not doing it themselves. Like that's the opposite of Pitt. Like everything he's telling you to do, he's going out there and doing the next play. So, you know, it's like it's not really much back talk, to be honest. And plus, we all buy in because we all got the same goal, and that's winning football games. So, yeah, whatever it takes.
Thanks, AD.
Appreciate y'all.
How are you guys? Good morning. Good morning.
How did it feel out there first day?
It was good first day, you know, knocked the rust off and, you know, just a great day to get out there and play some football.
How have you seen changes or differences in Shane going from first time in training camp to now?
Not really much change. I feel like we're just building off of last year. You know, he talked about it last night. This is year 2 for the offense and year 3 for the defense. So, you know, team chemistry will be through the roof and just going out there playing fast and just balling.
What are you chasing as a player, and what are you all chasing as a team?
I
think as a player, man, just go out there and be dominant every single play, and being able to elevate our room. And then as a team, just go out there. The goal is to win a Super Bowl. That's our main objective. So win the division first, and then go to playoffs, and then just go all the way.
What's different about Charlie Partridge?
He's real into it, like into the drills, into the classroom, like just making sure that we're in tip-top shape to go out there, just attack, making sure that we're prepared as much as we can be, and just making sure we're primed.
Kwity, a couple weeks ago, I had a chance to talk to Eddie McGilvra, pass rush coach who worked with you and a number of guys. He said that you had probably the best offseason of any player who he's worked with, period. That's physically, that's mentally. What went into your offseason? How are you feeling?
I think, me this offseason, just hearing guys like AD and like other greats talk about giving it all to the game. And I wanted to make sure once the season was over, like, I gave it my all. And, going into the offseason, that's where the season starts. That's where we prepare for the season. So for me, man, I was doing like 4 or 5 workouts a day. I was doing, extra cardio in the morning. I was doing the lift and D-line work, then Pilates and hot yoga and PT and, just making sure I stay on top of it, make sure I'm ready to go. I lost 15 pounds and I gained some muscle, so that's the hard thing to do. And, it was a great off season for me mentally, physically. And I'm just ready to go. I'm excited to go. I'm ready to go out there and play.
What does it take to translate all that off-season work and then have it show up when you get out and, to get back there?
Just being consistent. You work hard in the off-season, and then, you get into season. You got to make sure you stay on schedule as much as you can, with the diet, with the workouts, and, just making sure that you're pushing yourself every single day. If you don't get enough, you got to know when, I didn't get enough today. I got to go do some extra to, just stay on top of it.
Was that a goal of yours to slim down? Did you have like a target weight you wanted to hit?
Yeah, I kind of wanted to play like at 260 to 262. Last year I was playing maybe like around like 270. I was feeling a little heavy. And you could definitely feel it late into the game. Long drives, you could feel it. I just want to make sure I'm on the field as much as I can, making sure I can bend the corner, making sure I'm slim. I just feel good right now. Like I didn't need to have all that weight, and I'm still as strong as I was before. So that was my main objective.
And you said you're training 4 to 5 days a week. Where were you doing that?
So I was out in California. I was out at Proactive. They have a bunch of guys that go out there and train, and it's great competition. It was a great setup for me. It was an amazing setup.
What ways could you pass rush improve? You had 51 last year, which is an indie record, but obviously there's still work to do.
Yeah, we it's a lot of guys, and we have a lot of familiar faces. We had 4 guys last year that had 8 sacks. I think almost everyone in the room last year had a sack. Just being able to build off of that, and plus we added the best pass rusher in the draft last year. So, we're just adding to the room, make sure our room's beefed up and just ready to go. You see the best defenses in the league. Some of them have the best D-line in the league. So, that's our objective, to have the best D-line to project our defense.
Describe how Labs just, I guess, embraces like learning about the game. But he talks about pass rushing. We're like, it's a different language. So, like, how do you see him break it down mentally?
Yeah, he's just a real humble guy, like he doesn't feel like he knows everything, so when you're talking to him, he's like looking at you in your eye and making sure he's listening and making sure you can take all the notes that you can. And, he just goes out there and applies that. He could see something on film and then go do the move the next day in practice. He's extremely talented. I've seen him work this whole summer, and, man, he's just ready to go. He's ready to go out there and ball.
Yeah, just when you talk about the offseason that you had, I know you've always been motivated, but do you feel like, did it ramp up with the Colts pick up the 5th-year option? Did you think more about just kind of what this offseason this year is going to mean for you? Did that factor into just kind of how you attack this offseason?
Yeah, like motivation went through the roof, confidence went through the roof, and I was just talking to the guys over there, watching the show Receiver, and Davante Adams talking about, man, when they gave him my second contract, that big contract, like his confidence went through the roof because he's like, I'm that guy now, like the team sees him as that guy, so he has to be that guy. The confidence goes through the roof, and I feel like, they picked up my 5th year for a reason. I'm not just out here to, just to be another guy, so I got to elevate my game. And, that's why I went into the offseason thinking, man, like, I got to make sure I'm prepared, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to give it my all, and, just go out there and be the best DN that I can be for this team and for myself, honestly.
Thanks, Kwity.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
what's up, everybody?
What's going on? How we doing?
Cool.
So, what you concentrate on this offseason? How do you feel like you prepared yourself?
Same as I always do, movement, skills, strength. Just mentally getting prepared to go into a 17 game. Is it 18, 17? I don't even know. There's so much talk with the 17-game season. And, just getting ready, with the new role being presented. It's not really even a new role because I played it last year, but just a new role for a full season. Just getting ready for that mentally. You know what I mean?
Is that is it different mentally when you know they're counting on me a little more than in the past? The same role.
Yeah.
More
definitely. It's definitely it's a thought. Not really a different mindset because I had a big role before this, just playing special teams and coming in on third down and playing a 3-3 backer down. It was still a big role. Any role that you have in the NFL is big and should be taken seriously. So, now I just put it's just a different mindset. Been taking off some special teams, not all, but it's a different mindset for sure because now it's you really in there and you can make a play and change the game and whenever time you know what I mean.
How do you think it's accountable during your career, just stepping up from obviously going from special teams to now? Now it's like my fifth rookie class because I was a rookie my sixth. So going into my sixth season, like 5 rookie classes, I started to see the differences. I was like, dang, I did that as a rookie. You know what I mean? And now it's just a deeper maturity, and when I step on the field and things that I need to work on for the day, and just really just pinpoint those.
When Anthony's on the move and you're on the other side trying to stop him, how does his speed and everything kind of change the game for you?
We all seen Anthony play. He's an elusive player, strong, physical. I don't get a chance to hit Anthony, so you got to ask the other guys just how hard he is to bring down. But
even just the pursuit part of it,
oh yeah, it definitely puts you in it prepares you. It's not a lot of quarterbacks in the league left that's not mobile. You know what I mean? So everybody got a quarterback that can at least take off for a few steps. So we just got the best one. So you know what I mean?
EJ, what challenge does it present to a defense when you not only have to account for Anthony and his ability, but also he and JT on the field at the same time?
JT, AD, Downs, Pitt, Q Nelly up front. Art, come on, there's so many. The offense is so loaded. This is actually a year where I'm super excited to I won't be sitting down during the game. I really want to see the offense live this year. I want to see the offense go out there and do what they do, and I think it's going to be a lot of points this year for sure. It's going to be fireworks.
A lot of long drives, right?
Nah, definitely.
Get you some rest.
Definitely, it's a lot of people out there they can get the ball downfield.
You took a big step last year. What's next for you? What do you feel like this year? How do you want to build on what you put out there last year?
Just to win. I want playoff games. I want Super Bowls. We got the roster to do it, and that's where my head is at. And I'm willing to do anything in my power on Sundays to come away with the W.
What changes have you seen from Shane as he grows more comfortable from year 1 to year 2 of training?
Shane came in day 1 comfortable. If you know Shane, you know he's not uncomfortable in any situation. So, but the trust level and everything from the team, and just knowing him and knowing what he expects and his accountability and knowing the do's and don'ts of him, of the new head coach, always helps. You know what I mean? Knowing what he expects of us. It's just always a great thing, and I love Shane, man. He's a great coach, humble guy, down to earth, and all about getting better.
EJ, have you talked about potential contract extension into the final year?
I haven't talked about that yet. Of course, I got to put up the numbers before I even, even know what that looks like. But the season I'm planning on having is definitely will be in talks at the end for sure. Love.
It's great to see everybody. Great to be back here for training camp. We're excited about the season, excited about our team. Special thanks to the Colts organization for all the work that goes into this thing, setting up a training camp. It takes everyone to be at our best, and the operation they put on here, it's second to none. And I haven't been to all the training camps, but I can imagine this is probably the best in the NFL setup. So thankful for that. Just to address, you guys probably saw Raekwon Davis is on NFI. He's got high blood pressure. We're just waiting for that to go down, and then he'll be back out there with the team.
How do you think of Anthony in the red zone today? I guess what steps have you seen so far with him going into year 2?
Yeah, I think decision-making, quick processing, being in this, system for 2 years now. He looked sharp. We'll go back and look at the tape, but he looked really good today.
What went into starting practice with red zone?
I think it's just the ramp-up period. We didn't want long running distances right off the bat. Sometimes hamstrings happen, first couple of days, so we're trying to, limit that. So we started in the red zone.
What was the message team meeting last night for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, just, how we practice is how we make us. That was it. How we practice, how we make us. It's a long season, but we got to do it every day in practice. Training camp, week 1, week 3, week 4, week 6, week 17. We got to practice our tails off, and that's how we're going to get better.
How do you assess this practice then with that mentality?
I thought we came out, good. It looked sharp, crisp, and a lot of mental errors. Obviously, we got to go back and look at the tape, but excited about the first day.
Shane, how much more comfortable are you now as opposed to 1 year ago when you're stepping out there as a rookie yourself?
Yeah, a lot more comfortable. You're going into year 2, just everything. The operations, coming over here for training camp for the second time. It's great. Knowing the players, you get a full year with the players, knowing their personalities is huge. So coming out here, feel really comfortable with our team. Again, just super excited about what we got going.
Shane, the pace of camp in terms of like your schedule and things
Yeah.
like that, it seems very intentional.
Yes.
And I know you guys put a lot of hours into
Yes.
coming up with that. Can you kind of take us through like some of the variables? And
Yeah, I think, there's a couple different philosophies, right, in training camp. Some teams stay out there for the maximum time, you know what I mean? And that's their philosophy. My philosophy is, we don't have the long gated practices. We will in time as training camp goes on. But we want to practice with tempo and we want to practice fast. You know what I mean? Sometimes when you do practice long, guys get tired. But shoot, that kind of shows some adversity. They got to fight through those things, which is good. But also, we want to maximize our reps and be at our peak point when we're practicing.
And you having been here now in your second year, does learning your team go into that as well, and knowing how they respond to how you practice and things?
Yeah,
like that?
absolutely. We got great leaders on this team. With anything, obviously you have staff meetings with your coaches, but you also talk to the leaders on your team, and get their feedback, and you go from there.
So in what ways did Anthony benefit from? Obviously, you'd rather have him out in the field getting reps, but in what ways did he benefit from being on the sideline and learning?
Yeah, I mean there's benefit to that. Obviously, you want him on the field, but the mental part of it, you know what I mean? Just sitting back and seeing it from, a 30-foot view is huge. So he got that aspect of it, but again, more than excited to have him back for this season.
Did Zaire try to tell you that he would have gotten Anthony on that one?
Yeah, it was close. We're going to go back and look at it. I kind of said something, but then he turned away. So we'll go look at the film.
What seems to see Anthony respond and bounce back after a surgery like that and see him out here in day one.
Yeah.
What does it say about him as a player and just his commitment to this team?
Yeah, the work ethic he put into it, the whole offseason, going through his rehab, his treatment, being around his teammates, putting in the work in the summer. He had a hell of a summer. Obviously, those guys got together and threw, so they were very intentional about that. And shoot, he looks really good right now. So.
How's your relationship evolved over the last year?
It's been good. I think with anybody, your relationship builds and builds and builds. You get to know each other. But I can't say enough about him and the communication that we've had together. How he learns, how he processes things, and just life too. You know what I mean? Just getting to know the person. Phenomenal person. Again, just extremely grateful that he's on our team.
You haven't had a ton of practices like this with Anthony and Jonathan Taylor together. So
Yeah.
just as the play designer, just kind of how intrigued are you to have so many practices to build that thing out?
Well, I think it's exciting because the playbook is open to everything. You got a quarterback that can do everything. He can throw from the pocket. He can get out of the pocket. He can run the football. And then you got Jonathan Taylor, who's one of the best backs in the league. And to have both those guys in the backfield is going to be critical for our success. People ask this too a lot. It's just like, hey, how are you going to limit the run game? And I kind of think like, shoot, are you going to limit Steph Curry from, shooting three-pointers? Well, that's one of Anthony's strengths, right? So we're not going to, get away from that. That's what he does well. So.
What do you need to see from Adonai Mitchell?
Just growth. I mean, shoot, rookie, obviously very talented receiver, just being around the guys, getting the competition, with the vets, day in and day out, and just continue to see the development, through training camp and going into the season.
The places where you guys have, obvious position battles, it seemed today it's pretty clear you guys were rotating, getting guys in. Is that...
It's got to be intentional. It's got to be intentional. There are going to be some position battles starting spots, and obviously in the backup roles, we got to find that out, and then so even next week we're going to add, a developmental period into practice, with the young guys to make sure they get more reps so we can find out about those guys too.
Shane, when you talk about Anthony, limiting him, you don't want to do that, right?
Yeah.
But I also think, tell me if I'm right, I don't think you're talking about necessarily going out there and running the ball every other play with him.
Yeah,
right?
correct.
It feels like it's more like the threat of it. Is that more how you look at it?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think so. But again, if we go into a game plan and we see something that we like and the quarterback run game looks good, it's going to be up, and I think obviously it's probably going to be up every week, but how much we use it each week will determine, our opponent.
What's that balance of you said, everything is possible, but also knowing he's going to year two, still learn, I guess, at this point?
Well, I just think he'll make some plays that people haven't seen before. You know what I mean? He did some last year that were incredible, and just to build on that, 22-year-old, going into a second year, the athletic ability that he brings, again, just so excited about it.
All right, thanks, guys.
Awesome, thanks, guys.
Quiet.
Yeah, man, you saw you coming.
Nah, man.
Did Zaire try to tell you that he would have got you on?
Man, you know that wasn't a tackle, man. You know that wasn't no tackle.
Anthony, after what you've been through this offseason, you finally get here for day one for camp. How did it feel being out there with your teammates there today?
Man, all glory be to God, man. Just having the opportunity to come out here again, it's a blessing. Like you said, I've been through a lot, but I never backed down from it. I just kept running, kept my feet going. I trusted everybody around me, trusted my teammates, trusted my coaches, trusted the training staff, and just kept it pushing. And now, we out here day one of training camp, and it's a blessing.
With everything that happened last year, how much extra motivation do you feel coming out here for year 2 of training camp?
I don't know if there's any extra motivation. There's always motivation to go win games. It's motivation to make it to the playoffs. It's motivation to chase the Super Bowl. So I don't think there's any added motivation. We're always motivated. We wake up every day motivated to keep our jobs. Because there's always somebody behind us trying to take it. So any added motivation? No, we're always motivated.
How similar or different does today feel compared to last year at this time when you're a rookie coming in out the draft, all that?
Feels a lot more smooth. They weren't out here. I've been in the offense for quite some time now, so I trust myself in this system. I trust my teammates now, and it's just about adding a little bit more flair, a little bit more flavor and sauce to it, and just go out there and making plays.
Shane said that you're not going to limit like Steph Curry from shooting, so you're not going to limit you like a lot when it comes to running. How's it been for you just embracing, your 30 legs and knowing that your coach trusts you to make the right decision?
My legs always been one of my superpowers. So trying to take that away from me, I don't think that's a good thing for this offense. It's just more so me, playing a little bit more smarter and learning how to take care of myself for my teammates, and and knowing when to make the right play and knowing when to try to get an extra few yards. So don't take my legs away, but just be more smart.
Does it help to have another, really athletic guy right next to him, John Taylor?
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know how many plays we had last year together. I think it was like 1 or 2, but hopefully we have way more than that this year, and I can rely on him a little bit more than just relying on myself.
What kind of stress do you think it puts on the defense with you and him in the backfield, and just you having, if you guys utilize those running skills that you have, they have to consider it.
Man, I don't feel like there's any way you can stop the offense. We got too many options. Me, I'm 2 options in myself. Throwing the ball and running the ball, and then you got JT back there. Then we got all these weapons, catching the ball for us. So I don't think there's any way we should be able to, be stopped. So we just got to keep it pushing and just keep working together and building more chemistry.
Do you like that Shane has that confidence in you to let you be you, and not limit you and trust you to play smart?
Yeah, for sure. It's more so like back and forth trust. He trusts me and I trust him. I know he's not going to call 15 QB runs in the game, and I know he's not going to want me to try to run everybody over every play. So it's just a mutual respect, mutual trust, and just relying on each other.
How have things been different at all this year? Last year you're competing to become the starting quarterback. This year you come in already in that place. How does it change being year 2 in that spot as far as, taking command or being a leader? How do you try to push yourself in those ways?
I don't really think much changed. Anything is not given. I work to get to this spot. And I'm gonna continue to work and keep my spot. Because like I said, there's multiple people trying to take my spot, and I know next year they have a draft, and if I don't perform the way I'm supposed to, then they're gonna try to replace me. So just more so just keep grinding and just keep trying to perfect my craft and just keep working.
How does the shoulder feel?
I was feeling good. I got cleared, so that was one of the main things I was looking forward to, just so I could be out here with my teammates and get ready for the season.
It kind of sounded from talking to Chris that thing at the end of minicamp was just kind of a one-off. Did you have any other issues during the summer? Or?
Nah, that was just like a fatigue thing. I started throwing earlier than planned. I didn't really have any problems throughout OTAs and minicamp. Then just that last day, it just caught up to me, and my arm was fatigued. But I'm feeling good, feeling better than ever.
So LeBron dunk, or so dunk LeBron. Campus heard the music. So are you the best QB rapper, dunker in the league?
I don't know. I try to be a jack of all trades. I try to learn new tools and try to do it all. So whenever I can, dip into something else, I try to explore that. And explore my options.
Did you know that was going to be the first song on the playlist?
Nah, I did not. I thought they stopped that. I thought we were doing that OTAs and minicamp, but I see they keeping it going. So, they had me vibing out a little bit, but hopefully we kind of tone it down a little bit because the song's kind of getting repetitive, man.
Record some new ones.
Yeah, man, but that's the plan. But right now I'm focused, man. I'm locked in. I'm trying to go taste that Super Bowl, man. So music need to chill for a second.
All right. Thanks, guys.
For sure. Appreciate y'all.